This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast, let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast, it's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast, you know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast, so look up an episode and now let's start the show.
Hello and welcome to We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This is episode 28. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil, the leader of the OTS. Thanks for listening to the episode tonight.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud, like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at podcast@gmail.com. Thank you. Oh, I had a bird coming up through turning that. But I powered through that shit. America. Oh, and like I said, this is the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. Which, I don't know, for the last 2 weeks apparently is AMC and their obsession with zombies.
Yep, zombies, of course. It's classic.
Look at all that Walking Dead money, why wouldn't you? But what I'm talking about here now is there was a Marvel comic that I never read.
Oh.
That was scripted, and some of the issues were actually written by the king of the zombies himself, George A. Romero, called Empire of the Dead.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome.
It sounds like one of his it sounds like one of his movies. But I can't remember what interview it was. This was before we had the show, I think. But I can't remember who he was interviewing, but someone interviewed George Romero and they asked him what he thinks of The Walking Dead, and he's just like, it's a soap opera with zombies in it.
Yeah, basically, it is a soap opera with zombies in it.
And he's not lying.
Easily explained.
And I think we've mentioned that before when we complained about The Walking Dead. It's just a soap opera with zombies in it.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, I think we've mentioned that. But AMC can write a check with enough zeros to make anyone jump on their bandwagon.
They know that.
So AMC plans to make another zombie TV series based on George Romero's Empire of the Dead, which I'm gonna assume they're just gonna has nothing to do with The Walking Dead. It's a whole other thing, so people don't get pissy about it.
Yeah, or compare it.
Yeah, but people are always gonna get pissy. People are always gonna get pissy and complain about
something.
Something
Always makes someone mad.
Yeah, someone's always mad about something. Yeah, the artist on the book, Arthur Snumdown, I don't know how you say that. But that guy's pretty much saying that in Wizard World in a Wizard World interview that they're going to make this into an AMC television show with George Romero's permission and I don't know. Like I said, I think I'm just zombie burned out.
Yeah. Well, plus there's all those series, on Sci-Fi. There's iZombie and a couple of them that I've watched before. I can't remember the other names, but it's zombie something basically.
But at least with iZombie, it's this lady's technically dead, but she can eat brains and absorbs them. It's like a crime show, but with zombie or eating brains and shit. She's not
That's an astounding way to do it.
Yeah. iZombie, technically she's a zombie and she's dead unless she eats brains, but she eats brains, absorbs their personality and a little bit of their memories, and then she solves their murder. Like Ghost Whisperer, but instead of whispering to ghosts, you eat brains. I watched it's not actually that bad of a show. I watched the first couple three, but I just kind of fell off it. But I think they even have one where she throws, like, she doesn't want to eat just straight up brains, so she like throws it into like taco shells and shit, pretends like it's a taco and eats brain. Yeah, I think she even ate some noodles and brain. You know, for family entertainment reasons. Because it was like I said, I fell off, so I didn't pay that great attention to the show. But it was on right after Arrow for a long time.
Well, so that's the only reason you watched it, so you didn't have to change the channel.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Astonishing.
You got me.
I do that all the time. Why not watch the encore? Just in case I missed the first one, which usually I do.
Yeah. Well, it was based on it's also based on a DC Vertigo property too. Like I said, Warner Brothers pretty much owns all the rights to all the DC characters. They just never did nothing with them except for Batman and Superman for the longest time.
It is true.
Maybe for budget reasons, you know. It's going to be hard to do a Plastic Man movie in 1973, I'm going to assume.
I agree.
Yeah. But we can do that shit now. There's been four Fantastic Four, or four technically, yeah. There's been 4 Fantastic Four movies, right?
That's true.
Where's my Plastic Man movie? Guillermo del Toro's been working on Justice League Dark forever.
Plastic Man movie would be awesome.
Yeah, because he starts out as a petty thug, falls into some chemicals on a bank robbery, go bad.
And they love their chemicals.
DC does love their chemicals.
They love knocking people into them or throwing them into them.
How'd you get your superpowers? Fell in a bag of chemicals. Hey, me too.
They're like, hey, it's a classic. Like, what? It worked.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. It's like, what? It worked.
Yeah. Back in the 50s and 60s, how did everyone get their chemicals? Radiation or chemicals that were usually irradiated. But yeah, Thug falls into a bag of chemicals. He's in the hospital. He wakes up, you know, because they did tests on him, and they realize, oh, his skin's super stretchy now. But the chief of police is there, you know, because Plastic Man's name is Neil O'Brien, and he got the lowland thug name of Neil the Eel O'Brien, you know, because he was a piece of shit. You know, he's an eel. And like I said, bank job goes bad. He falls into chemicals. The chief of police is there, your Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah.
Who's been arresting Neil since he was like, 8. He stole a piece of gum, and who was the rookie cop that arrested him and let him go and try to give him a warning? The same cop that's in the room, 20 plus years later, still trying to give him a break because he knows deep down he's got a good heart.
What a quinky dink.
Yeah. And he tells Neil, you've been messing up your whole life, and now you have superpowers. And he's like, what? And then he reaches up to him and he pulls his nose and then flicks it back into his face or something like that. You got super stretchy powers now, Neil. And he's like, what? He freaks out at first and he's like, look, the League is right outside the door, and then you can cut outside the door and like Batman's literally just leaning against the wall or something, waiting for shit to go bad. And he's like, you got 2 choices, O'Brien. 1, we can have the Justice League throw you in a maximum security supervillain prison and you'll never see the light of day again. Or 2, you agree to join the force and become our official superhero and be on a parole program or something like that, And then,
sounds big.
Yeah, and then go from there. He's, no. Do you want to be thrown into a they'll have here's a plastic bubble, literally. We're going to throw you in this giant plastic bubble that you can never stretch out of. And your food literally gets fed to you by tablet form so you can't stretch out this microscopic hole or something, So those are his 2 options. This fucking hellish kind of prison life where he never talks to anyone except for the guy that feeds him a pill once a day. Or, tries to become a superhero. And then, realizes along the way after he saves some kids and shit, just being a super good guy ain't that bad.
It'd be bad being locked away forever and something else.
Yeah. And plus he can, a building's on fire or something, he can jump in there and, wrap a bunch of people around him with, extra arms, and then
float them down.
Yeah, and then turn.
I've seen it.
Yeah, like I said, jump out the building and make himself into a parachute and then float him down. You know.
I always wanted to do that.
Yeah. All right. See, come on.
I've always wanted to do that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool suit. That's why Plastic Man's always been kind of one of my favorite suits. We got a pretty cool superpower.
Yeah.
And plus, you get the. You know, he could be tempted by badness again, but he realizes, you know, that's a lot better to be a good person than a bad person, you know?
Yeah, the bold classic flying squirrel move.
Yeah, you could do the flying squirrel out a window or something, too, you know? Plastic Man rules, man. More Plastic Man.
Plastic Man is pretty brilliant. And even for his size, still hits pretty hard.
Well, he can, like I said, he can shapeshift and switch his mass so he can make a fist like the size of a person, then punch him.
Plus,
Punch him.
shapeshifters are cool.
Yeah.
Shapeshifters have always made cool, you know, series and stuff like that.
That's Martian Manhunter.
Heck yeah.
But like I said, I can't get that Fantastic Four movie going on.
No.
Yeah. And plus, too, I don't know how we got onto the topic of Plastic Man, but we were originally talking about The Empire of the Dead, which is, I haven't read it, but I'm going to assume it's a depressing downer series about zombies eating everyone and people being pieces of shit to other people.
And people being emo again.
Yeah. People treating people
brilliant.
like shit, yeah. It's, I don't know, like I said, I don't know. Maybe I'm zombie burnt out, but...
Sounds like Walking Dead Empire.
Nice. Hashtag. But I don't know, plus, let's see some more positive superhero shit, you know?
Busted.
Like, Green Arrow's pretty good now. At least he's not like season 1 of Arrow. Remember, Arrow's just like, you're not...
Yeah, I remember.
Just run around killing everybody.
That was cool, but it was crazy.
That's pretty brutal, considering, we don't hate the Punisher or whatever, but he has been sometimes where, like, fucking, I'm just gonna kill. Punisher versus Green Arrow, Phil. That'd be a sweet fight. B-list Batman versus Batman ripoff, kind of, right?
Oh, yes. I have to save the city. And you have failed the city and all that.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
Plus, Star Labs can't do nothing without messing something up.
That place should be shut down.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, especially in the comics, like, every week something.
Yep. Somebody did what? Again?
What do you mean one of the scientists stole all the research and has now become a supervillain? What do you mean someone seduced one of the guards and broke into the lab with chemical dot.
Really efficient way to make stuff happen. They did what? Who did what?
Science Project X was stolen by who? So speaking of DC and the CW and the Warner Brothers, and I don't know, Superman, Man of Steel wasn't that bad, but kind of, you know, that snapped me, make me kind of hate that movie.
Well, right.
Yeah.
The symbol for hope is killing people.
Yeah. Peace loving. Yeah, but yeah,
Deep down, they were all hippies.
Oh yeah. We got the Suicide Watch coming up, and then it's the Batman v Superman movie, which I don't know, looks alright from the trailers and the images we've seen so far. You never really know until you see the movie.
Right.
But another thing that, like I said, except for Green Arrow in season 1, just going like, yeah! He's listening to fucking Cannibal Corpse and just breaking necks every fucking.
That's a sweet band, though.
Yeah, cutting himself on rooftops waiting to kill people. Yeah. But he mellowed out.
One whole motion, breaking a neck.
Yeah, so he pretty much mellowed out by season 2 or 3, I think. He's now on the don't need to kill, be inspiration for hope and shit. So it took them a while, but they're kind of getting to what I kind of like about superheroes to begin with, and with the Flash show, they're like crazy science shit, which I also love, you know.
It's like, well, they had to drop your jaw with the first episode, and I remember I was like,
yeah, if you watch that first episode in what 5-10 minutes, he breaks like 5 dudes in Red Skull masks.
You can drop my jaw. I remember he's killing
yeah,
people.
And he took him out like holy shit.
No remorse, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty savage.
Yeah, but yeah, like I said, he calmed down. Yeah, he's calmed down in the years. He's getting old.
Whoops.
You know what? You know what? Thinking back about that, kind of regret it.
You have
failed this. Oh, you're already dead.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, they're starting to get ones like with the comic book shit. You know, there's a guy that can run at the speed of light. There's fucking a guy that can shrink to the size of the atom now, and they're setting up Mr. Terrific in the Arrow. King Shark's gonna show up. On the
I saw that.
Yeah, remember that big shark man?
The face was horrible, but then I looked at the full size picture and it was pretty brilliant.
I'm a shark.
It's just the face looked terrible. That's all. The face looked bad.
Oh,
they didn't do such a good job on the face. I thought.
Well, Phil,
but it was freaking huge. I was like, how is he gonna beat that big freaking thing?
Well, you can run at the speed of light. When you can run at the speed of light, you can pretty much beat anything, I'm going to assume.
Just freaking run at the speed of light and launch it through a building or something. That's kind of silly.
You know, punch it in the kneecap at the speed of light. Watch what happens. But they're setting up. They're trying to, like I said, what I was trying to say is the movies. They're trying to build their universe, which I'm kind of iffy on. But for the most part, the CW, Flash, Arrow universe, I kind of like where they're going with it. I really like the Flash. I really like the Arrow. But they've been setting up for that Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know, where
they're always setting up for something.
Yeah.
Never stops.
Yeah. Just like the comics. If you want to see what happens in the next episode, you better buy issue. But yeah, they released you gotta have the big hero shot right there where they introduce the Hawk people coming up on a Flash Arrow crossover here coming up pretty soon.
Sweet.
Hawkman and Hawkgirl standing there, don't have their wings for some reason.
Maybe they make them, or maybe Oliver and their faces make them, right? Maybe that'd be sweet.
Well, in the comics,
it'd be sweet to see them making something for him. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, they got the
That's an enormous picture. I like that.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Oh, like I said, I think Legends of Tomorrow is only supposed to be like a mini series or something. It's supposed to be like 6 episodes or something, then it's done or something like that. But yeah, like I said, they got to set it up. Plus, Cisco, he's made shit like that before. You know, he made that thing so Black Canary could have her canary cry and yell at people.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe, I don't know. But that's the other thing too. You don't know this in the comics. Like they have 1,000 different, at least 7 or 8 excuses for why Hawkman has wings. So to kind of,
it's not like we really ever know.
Yeah.
I think.
Like one time, there were just people that were born with hawk wings. They were Egyptian pharaohs or crazy shit like that.
Who cares? There's so many, right?
Yeah. One time he was like an Indiana Jones guy, but instead of a whip, he had fucking a jetpack that looked like hawk wings.
Oh, that'd be excellent. I've seen pictures of those before.
Yeah.
Those are sweet. I want some of those.
Yeah, like the Falcon.
Yeah, Falcon.
Yeah. But Brightest Day, DC comic crossover, try to explain is they're actually aliens, and an alien princess fell in love with some commoner or something, and they try to get off planet so they can love each other. And their mom and Hawkgirl's mom was like, "No, I'm going to give them this curse where they'll live, they'll die, they'll get reborn, meet each other again, fall in love, die, live."
Barf.
Well, that's the thing that sucks. If you think about it, it's the perfect curse. You got to relive your whole life, meet the person you love, only to die when you fall in love with them. Rinse and repeat over and over again for eternity. So,
Not excellent.
kind of.
Not excellent at all.
Yeah. Granted, you come back to life, but you come back to life, what? Live the most tragic moment again and again and again and again and again and again.
And
So-
remembering it all again and again and again.
Yeah, so it's kind of the perfect curse, right? But yeah, I don't know if they'll do that in the show.
Too extreme.
Take it down a
I don't
notch.
know. They might change it or something. That's what's always making me mad.
Well, in this version, I'm most likely going to assume, like, they're aliens, right?
Right.
Yeah. They're aliens that can sprout wings out their back.
Because after having so many reasons, it's just like, well, who cares what they are then? That's one of those things they just tossed out there. Who cares what they are? Here's 8 different reasons.
Yeah. Well, that's why Stan Lee said he created Well, that's why he said they were mutants in the first place. He's like, he created a team called the X-Men, and he didn't want to come up with 1,000 different excuses. Why does this guy have bird wings? Why does this guy shoot lasers? Why is this guy a snowman? He was like, fuck it. You know what? They were born that way. They have the X gene and it gave them powers. Move forward. Right?
Go do stuff.
Yeah. And even in DC, they have the same thing, the metahumans. Why does Black Canary can scream now? Oh, she's a metahuman. Why does Static Shock shoot lightning and have magnet powers? He's a metahuman. You know, because like I said, back in the day, the go-to excuse was, he fell in chemicals that would give you cancer and kill you in real life, but this gave him powers. Like, do you remember that episode of Superman, the animated series, where they're stealing some chemicals from a factory or whatever, and they spill in the back of the truck, and the dude falls into him, and he's melting, and then he turns into that purple monster, the parasite.
Yeah, I kind of remember that.
Yeah. But in real life, you wouldn't fall into a batch of purple chemicals and come out as a monster that can suck the life force out of people. Probably just fucking die. You'd probably just die.
Eat your skin or whatever.
Yeah.
You look like a meal.
Yeah. Chair's falling apart here. Taking pieces off of it. Okay, but yeah. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to go on that. Their movies might suck, but DC does have a decent TV universe.
Well, at least they can do that correctly.
Yeah.
So far, it's fantastic, but at least they can do that correctly.
Well, the reason why they're doing it is
How come
like,
they're better at that than movies? Huh?
well, they're in the
That's what it seems like. They're better at that than movies.
Yeah. Well, like I said, in the movies, they're trying to. Everything always has to be super dark and depressing.
Yeah.
You know, Superman, who's supposed to be a character that inspires hope and.
Something has to happen to the good guy all the time.
Yeah, Superman, a character that's supposed to inspire hope and bravery, is killing people and crashing into buildings, and every fight scene is in the middle of the fucking darkness and shit. Yeah. But, I don't know. But at least in the TV series, it seems like I said, Green Arrow's not trying to kill people no more. He's trying to inspire hope. The Flash TV series has embraced the comic books with the crazy science, and you know, there's different dimensions and shit in there now. And there's, like I said, there's gonna be a fucking giant 12-foot shark monster coming up. You know,
We'll find a way.
yeah. So the reason why the TV shows are excellent is because they kind of accept the goofiness and the crazy ideologies of comic books, where the movies are like, no, everything has to be the Dark Knight, everything's Heath Ledger Joker, you know, everything's gonna be super downer and serious. But, I don't know, like I said, hey, that Plastic Man movie though, right? When that comes out, yeah.
If
I know. But Plastic Man can even, like I said, he can shapeshift. Like, you could start it off like he's on top of a building, you think it's like Superman or something, but then you realize it's just Plastic Man who gave himself a cape to see how it would look. Plastic Man rules. Brad Pitt is Plastic Man, Phil, right? Pinky Raz, motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
Don't you judge me because I like Plastic Man.
I'm fancy.
Don't you judge me because I like Plastic Man.
Like, that means you're fancy.
Took a look at the Netflix second trailer for the upcoming original Netflix series that ties into the Marvel Universe, Jessica Jones. And Phil, I haven't really talked to you about the character, so I know you're not that familiar with her. So, what did you think, just based on that trailer?
Is that not Luke Cage in it?
Yeah, that's the guy that's going to be Luke Cage.
Ah, okay.
Which they eventually do get married in the comics and have a kid and stuff.
Looks like they're using that to set up the Luke Cage movie then to me.
Well, they're doing Daredevil, the Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones, and those are all going to tie into like a Defenders. All four of these shows, they're going to form like their own little adventure team, so they're all going to meet each other probably throughout the course of this series and shit, or not this series, but throughout all the series and stuff. Like the last episode of Jessica Jones might be Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are fighting someone in an alleyway, and then all of a sudden a baton comes and hits someone in the back of the head, and at the last second you look up and it's Daredevil, But
That looked pretty good.
yeah,
Looked gorgeous. I think I would enjoy it
yeah.
a lot. Looked like it had a lot of action in it.
Well, Jessica Jones. It's based on the series Alias, which is kind of fucked up. Which,
Didn't she do him?
yeah, the Purple Man. Yeah, let's say you've already heard the spoiler on the spoiler in case you haven't heard this, but Jessica Jones was pretty much like she was a superhero. I can't remember her name, but she had your generic Superman powers. She could fly. She was super strong, super durable, and she had the unfortunate pleasure of running into the Purple Man, who, like they said in the trailer, can mind control people, and it's super fucked up because he doesn't rape her at first, but he like makes him watch.
Oh,
Or makes her watch him sexually assault women.
not cool.
Yeah. And then eventually does assault her too. And they kind of show that in the trailer too, where he makes her stand on a little edge and stuff and make her say that she wants to kill herself, and makes him say, or he makes her say that she wants to do stuff to him and stuff. So super fucked up. Yeah, super fucked up.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah. So, but she does eventually get her revenge on the Purple Man. But yeah, I was like, holy shit! And from that trailer, it kind of looks like they're kind of going the same route with that, which is kind of amazing. I don't know, kind of amazing, kind of weird too.
Who knows?
Yeah.
We might change it as it goes on.
Well, it's kind of I think from the trailer, it looks like she might not be like the spandex wearing kind of superhero like she is originally. She might just be a girl that has powers that the Purple Man mind controls, and then when he does that, she kind of gets inspired to become a. Because after it happens, she eventually breaks the Purple Man's mind control, and then becomes a private detective, and then she eventually meets, or no way, she becomes a private detective, runs into the Purple Man. I don't know. I don't like. I've read it. I got the story. I've read it a couple times, but I don't like rethinking about it.
It kind of reminded me of it's White Woman Luke Cage, basically.
Well, like I said,
That's what it reminded me of.
well, like I said, her and Luke Cage eventually get married and have a kid and stuff. That's why you saw Luke Cage in the thing. But in the book, this is obviously something they changed originally. She was dating Scott Lang, the guy that's Ant-Man in the current movies. And she actually cheated on Luke Cage. Or cheated on Ant-Man cheated on Scott Lang, Ant-Man, with Luke Cage. Scott Lang finds this out. It's kind of like, you know what, screw it, I'm out. And dumps her ass. And then she goes to Luke Cage, and they eventually, I guess, one night booty call falls into love, and then they have a baby. So Phil, love wins overall.
Yep.
Such a. Why can't we have a that story just made me depressed. Oh, but no, I'm looking forward to it. Like I really like the Daredevil Netflix show. Except for you don't see Daredevil in the cows until the last episode, but
right,
whatever.
which is when I stopped watching. Wink, winky, dink.
That was the last episode, Phil. Of course we quit watching after the last episode.
Oh, they didn't go on after that?
Season 2
See, I don't even know.
Season 2 hasn't even came out
It's
yet.
like, see, I don't even know. I don't even care, really, but I don't even know, see.
Season 2 hasn't even came out yet, so of course you quit watching after the last episode of Season 1. But,
That show.
I liked it, though. Like I said, She-Hulk could show up in, Jessica Drew can show up in Season 2 as a lawyer against Matt Murdock. And then Bruce Banner shows up and is like, no!
Humongous if they stuck to that and didn't change it.
Hulk can say,
They're always doing something to piss you off. You know they're going to do it.
DC does seem to be for the most part, like, but at least Marvel seems to be taking chances with the Netflix stuff, you know? Like I said, that comic I just described to you, think that would ever get a TV show? It did. You know? Hell, DC can't even get a Constantine show going, you know?
It's true. They had to have him show up in Arrow, too, or whatever.
At least they're trying to keep the character alive, but, I don't know. I really liked the Constantine show. I hope
I did, too.
it comes back sooner or later. But fuck, they've been talking about Booster Gold show for like, 7-8 years now?
At least.
Yeah, they were going to put that on Sci-Fi, but that never came out either.
It got ganked. They ganked it.
Well, I looked it up. They're still talking about it. They're still trying to get it made, but, you know, like I said, 7-8 years later, you think it's going to get made? Probably not. Well, like I said, Booster Gold travels through time. You can show up with Jonah Hex. We can have a good, decent Jonah Hex. That's probably not going to happen either. So that Jonah Hex
I
movie.
wish that would happen.
Yeah, that Jonah Hex movie sucked.
I know. Did suck.
Did not know what the hell they were doing.
I was like, Jonah Hex don't bring people back to life.
Yeah, like I said, that's the one thing about Jonah Hex. Like, he does time travel and goes through different dimensions and stuff. But you can always kind of argue that there's only been, you know, like in the multiverse, there's hundreds and thousands of different Batmans. There's millions of different interpretations of Superman. But you can always argue there's always been one Jonah Hex. He's just been traveling through different dimensions and timelines and shit.
Maybe they just
Until that fucking movie where they give him a power he's never shown before, you know?
Right. I think they just did that to make it faster. You know, so he's not going through portals or whatever and stuff.
Well, he doesn't do a lot of people said that they didn't know what they were doing. Well, a lot of people said, well, he's a superhero. He should have a superpower, right? But what makes Jonah Hex awesome? What makes Jonah Hex and Batman awesome is they don't have superpowers. They're just badasses that can get shit done. And you know what makes a badass that can get shit done less interesting? Giving them superpowers, you know? You know, would the Punisher be cool if he was bulletproof?
No.
No. You know, because what does he do? He runs around with a gun and shoots thugs all day. If he's bulletproof, he has nothing to worry about. He has nothing to fight against. He's not vulnerable, I guess. You know, you gotta, that's why they invented kryptonite. You gotta make your hero vulnerable at some point, or they just become this overpowered thing that you don't care about.
It's true.
You know, that's what made the first Die Hard movie good. John McClane wasn't Rambo or Sylvester Stallone. He was just a beat cop that ran into a bad situation, that was stepping on glass, cutting himself, and, you know, crawling through gutters, going, you know, he was an average Joe put in a bad situation that was still got hurt and got fucked up along the way, but still was able to beat the bad guys. That's what made that movie interesting. But in 4, where he's fucking taking out helicopters and riding jets and crashing jets and then getting up like, I got a little bit of blood coming out of my nose. I'm fine
I
though.
remember.
You know, that's not the same guy no more, you know? that doesn't make him, you know, once you see a guy crash a jet and get up with just a little bit of a stagger and a little bit of blood coming out of his nose, you're like, yeah, fuck you. What do you, at that point, what's going to stop you? You know?
That's true. Like when Morty bailed out of that helicopter, his neck would have been so broke.
Yeah. Like I said, same with Rambo. Even though he was with Rambo, even though he was a badass soldier that can kill every cop in town, or First Blood Rambo, I should be saying. Even though he was a badass soldier that could take out every cop in town, he was suffering with PTSD and was mentally vulnerable and weak in that sense, right?
Yeah.
He was a tank of a man, but mentally weak. You know, you gave him a vulnerability. You made him more likable that way. You made him more relatable.
Well, they tortured him.
Well, yeah. Like I said, he had PTSD.
He remembered that.
Kind of hard to forget a guy tying you up to a bed with electricity and cutting your ass at the same time. Probably remember that.
Yeah. Not bad.
Rambo! What was it? Rambo soldier number. Blah, 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 blah.
Hey, soldier boy. He said, Rambo, John Jay.
Yeah.
Better talk to me, boy.
Geneva Convention! Geneva Convention!
I promised you're gonna talk to me, soldier. Starting to dislike you. What? Put that jaw up.
Oh.
Two badass cops too, man.
Well, I don't know. Well, I guess.
Well, there's always a bad and there's a good cop. There's one trying to play by the rules. Then there's the one that don't care about the rules. And Golf definitely didn't care about the rules. It's pretty classic.
Well, Phil, there's a reason why they call it bad cop, good cop.
You know, I don't want him dead, Golf. I want him alive.
Yeah. Well, also, at the end of Rambo, remember how he finally goes home after all those years and he looks in his mailbox, there's nothing there,
Yep.
and he starts walking down the road again? The movie should have ended with him walking down the road and a cop car pulls up behind him. Woo!
Are you fucking
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
I come home for 5 fucking minutes. And I'm already going back to jail? He's like, look my file up. I bet you right now it says cop do not fuck with.
Well, you know what would be funny? If the cop brought him a burger and fries. Yeah!
No, he puts Rambo in the front seat. He don't say shit. He drives him straight to a diner and buys him, like you said, buys my hamburgers and fries.
Like, hey, I know what you did that one time. I heard.
Yeah, he goes to a diner. Sally, my boy wants you the best hamburger and fries you've ever made. And he just puts some money down on the table and backs up.
And put some extra bacon on it for him, too. I'm sure you like bacon, right? Yeah!
Okay, Mr. Rambo, so,
We're cool, right?
we're cool, right? Yeah, so, can I get that in writing?
Oh, yeah.
Do you need a motel? I can hook you up with one of those, too. Like, what do you need?
My city is your city.
We got some drug dealers on 7th. If you could handle that real quick.
Just walk down there one day, sure. They'll start shit. Yeah, trust me. They'll start some shit, man. So.
You're probably right. Like, the cop's all super good. He hooks him up with an apartment and shit, but when he walks home from his apartment one day, hey, old man, you want to buy some smack? Right. Or they see him beating up a 11-year-old that didn't sell all the crate. What are you doing to that kid? Back up!
Oh, yeah.
Well, but Phil, he's dying in Creed, so. Well, actually, I don't know if he's dying in Creed. I don't know if this is something I. Remember, he's in that Creed movie, as like you said, the Mick.
Oh yeah, right.
I don't know if this is 100% legit, but I heard rumors that they're gonna do 3 Creed movies. That way, he can die in 3, just like Mick, because he's the same age as the actor. that played Mick in the first 3 movies. So, like you said, he's literally Mick. He's gonna do the 3 movies and then die in 3, just like Mick did, because he's the same age.
I see what you mean.
Right? He's like, hey, yo, I'm the same age as Mick. Kind of weird, huh?
I've been waiting for the part where he finally plays a trainer. They set that up pretty good, I thought. I was like, I want to see him be the Mick. Come on.
I wonder if he's gonna have Creed punch meat. And then he's gonna go, hey, yo, you're beating the meat. You get it? Because you're punching meat.
That was pretty funny.
Hey, yo, you're beating the meat. You get it?
Yeah, Apollo style there, right?
Then there's a long awkward pause. He's like, hey, yo, you're beating the meat. I thought that was pretty funny. Just saying, your dad would have laughed at it. He's always giving him shit about his dad, right?
Yeah.
Hey, yo, your dad would have hit the fucking pad harder than that. I'm just saying, he wasn't no fucking pussy.
Yeah, that's your dad's ribs, kid. Let it out.
I can't remember which eye he's technically. In one of the, I think in Rocky 2, he said he's technically partly blind in one eye because Apollo Creed punched him in, the cut me, Mick.
Yep.
Because Apollo Creed punched him so hard in the eye, I'd be like, hey, yo, when my dad, made me partially blind, he hit me a little bit harder than that, you fucking pussy.
Hey, I hate that part where they cut his eye. I'm like,
pretty nasty.
I can't look at it sometimes.
Cut me, Mick. Mm-hmm. You think they're gonna do cut me, Rocky?
You're gonna have to cut me. Maybe. You might.
Yeah. Cut me. You think they're gonna do cut me, Rocky? Cut me, Rocky.
Maybe. That'd be cool. It's a classic.
So it's not even a reboot, it's totally a remake, but in the same continuity.
Yep.
Right.
He's training his kid.
Right, and you think when Creed wins the fight, he's gonna be like, whatever his girlfriend's name is in the movie, whatever my girlfriend's name in the movie. Right?
You gotta have the love in there all the time.
Well, I didn't look it up, but he has some kind of girlfriend in the movie. Remember, he's like, what are you so afraid of? I'm afraid of carrying the name and not winning.
Right.
He's afraid of being called Apollo Creed's son and getting his ass whooped.
You belong here.
Yeah. When you look into that mirror, you gotta look at yourself, and that's the hardest opponent you're ever gonna fight. The second hardest opponent you're ever gonna fight is this needle. What? Hey, you see my hot pills? I probably shouldn't be drinking without them. Man. I'm about to say, Sir Long's probably still kicking my ass too. I don't know why I'm talking so much shit.
Yeah.
He's still pretty big. He still looks like a pretty big motherfucker. He doesn't look like Mick when Mick was his age.
That's all magnificent stuff, man.
Rambo babies. Rambo babies. They did shit in them. Rambo babies. They executed their mom, They just snuck up out of the uterus with that umbilical cord still attached, and they were like, "You're dead. I choke you with it." Umbilical news cord. That's how they killed their moms. That's a horror movie right there, Phil. And then how Solid Snake came out the womb too?
Huh?
Solid Snake came out the womb too. Popped right out the Then there was a fucking exclamation point above her head.
He was headlocking it, neck vicing it, and trying to wrap his legs around it to kill it.
Like I said, Phil, King Caesar can put Ghidorah in a headlock while Godzilla's biting the other neck. And then John Cena shows up and does some shit.
Snake is a genome soldier, He's created from Big Boss's genes. That's why he's the perfect soldier.
Greatest soldier in the world.
Big Boss, Big Boss.
Big Boss.
Well, he was created in a lab, technically.
Yeah.
perfect soldier only knows how to take orders. That's it. That's what Snake was.
Now I want to see Snake versus Captain America. Robo Fist versus Vibranium Shield. Because
Bye-bye, Snake.
Yeah, but I say because that's how it's going to end, right, with the fist fight.
Hell yeah.
But technically, that's Snake's specialty too.
Yep. He's good at close quarter, hand-to-hand combat.
CQC.
Freaking grab somebody, do a tilt-a-whirl, kick more dudes, and give them a neck breaker at the same time.
I don't know.
Freaking dip out of there.
Why have they ever done a fucking Metal Gear movie, right?
Because of all the games.
Well, that'd be the hard part to do it, because you have to set up this, like, infiltration movie, and then have the guy fight a giant robot at the end, and most people are going to be like, what? Because for the most part, it's like this fucking Jason Bourne kind of like movie, and then in the last 20 minutes, there's this giant fucking robot at the end.
It's kind of what bothered me about Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, the game. You had a mission where you snuck onto a tank or a Snake, and you just took a picture of the Metal Gear, and that was it. That's how the world knew about it.
You gotta get intel.
That's true. You gotta be right.
I've never played 3, but 3 was always my favorite just because of that, like I said, that insane amount of detail. If you got shot in the shoulder, you had to pry a bullet out of your shoulder.
It's freaking hard, man.
I know. But that's what made it interesting. Like I said, I never beat it, but that's what I thought made it cool. If you got shot in the shoulder, you had to go in and pry the bullet out of your shoulder.
Plus, if you were bleeding, they'd be like, whose blood is this? What's going on here?
Fucking crazy.
Well, obviously, something's going on if you see some blood on the ground. What's this?
Yeah. Well, like I said, but Kojima was supposed to make a Silent Hill game. Oh, Konami, you fucked us!
It's just a freaking refrigerator, dude. Are you serious? Do we need to see the trays inside it?
No, it's not.
They'll make it where you can even see the damn brain of the fucking thing.
Phil, Konami would have went to that insane amount of detail. You would have opened up the refrigerator. You could read every label and the copy and the expiration date on every food item in there. And there probably would have, considering a Silent Hill, there would have been like a missing persons thing on a milk carton with an insanely detailed picture and a whole missing person's head written under it.
It's a producer or something of the game.
Yeah. Because they like doing that. Yeah, let's say because they like doing that shit. Well, like I said, he would have went to that's probably why they didn't do it. He's like, we're not going to hire 3 people just to fucking animate a refrigerator.
Expensive.
And the longer you look at the refrigerator, the food starts to decay slowly. So if you look at the refrigerator for 10 minutes, all the food eventually spoils in it, right? We're not doing that, Kojima.
Waste of money.
We're not doing that.
I remember in Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance, I was bored, and there's a little lounge where all the soldiers hang out. And I remember I took little snapshots and saved them on the Xbox of the little nudie magazines and stuff they have there. And you can actually read some of them. I was surprised.
Yeah, like I said, that's why I want to see him do a Silent Hill game, because, like I said, you would have been able to read people's mail probably out of their mailbox and shit,
Heck yeah.
Like you would have found out that Johnson's down the street were 3 months behind on their cable bill or something, What did that have to do with the game? I don't know, but we put it in. Oh, and plus I would have seen his, except for the crazy cult shit, Silent Hill, for the most part, is like this town you go into and it turns your sins and your darkest parts of your mind into monsters and sends them to kill you. Kind of would have been interesting to see Kojima's kind of take on that,
Heck yeah.
Especially when it was Daryl. He would have had giant brothers that are always trying to pick him up and push him down to the ground. Merle. If they would have got Daryl and Merle, right? Daryl and Merle, Silent Hill. You don't want to see that? Merle Hill. What could have been?
Yeah, speaking of that, the Metal Gear Solid franchise and that Metal Gear 5 game, have you ever really seen, in-depth combat, when you're inside a building or something like that? Because it seems pretty wide open. I mean, are there ever any combat situations where you're actually in a building and there are guards looking for you?
I haven't played the game, but I've been watching the Two Best Friends Let's Play of it. And yeah, there's a couple missions where you have to sneak into the building and find blueprints for certain items and get the, like every Metal Gear, you gotta find the information, So yeah, there's a couple missions
Find plans.
yeah, you gotta go into this buildings where it's more like a traditional Metal Gear game rather than this, like, open world Grand Theft Auto kind of game,
Yeah, the only reason I mention it is because I don't know if they do it in the other games, but in 2, if you actually go into a room and they think you went in there, they'll actually clean the room and look for you. They'll put their gun out and they'll start looking for you, and they'll listen for you. And you can hear your heartbeat when they get close. But yeah, they'll actually clean the room and look for you. I don't know if they still do that in the new games or not.
Oh yeah, they do.
Yep. I thought that was sweet how they did that. I was like, oh man, what? They're cleaning the room? Because I was trying to hide and I was like, oh shit, they're coming in.
Yeah, well, in the game, they have, like, these inflatable soldiers they use as decoys. And what you can do is, like, I've seen people do this online, like, or not, well, on YouTube, I guess. You can eventually get those inflatable decoys yourself to use. You can literally throw one into a room, hide behind, like, a corner, wait till someone walks in, pop it up, and they'll be like, what? And they'll look at it, and they'll try and shoot it, then you can sneak up behind them and, kill them or shoot them or whatever, Like I said, that's, where there's a will, there's a way in these games for the most part. Psycho Mana shows up, you're pretty savvy. It's really funny because, like, I heard Konami's supposed to go more into, like, mobile and Plinko machine gaming for some reason. They made, like, a Metal Gear mobile game. And every once in a while, Psycho Mantis just pops up and is like, I see you've been texting your girlfriend lately. Why isn't she responding? He's like fucking with you. He was like, I've noticed you've been ordering a lot of pizza lately. Not walking a lot though. Right, just fucking with you.
You ordered from Happy's, you fool.
Why are you calling them?
Speaking of that, they did make something for the upcoming Fallout 4 game for that too. You could put it on your phone and manage your stats or manage equipment or something with it.
Oh, you're talking about that Pip-Boy app?
Yeah, that thing.
I've seen it on Google Play. I didn't look at it.
I wasn't sure exactly what it was.
Yeah, I haven't looked at it that hard, so I don't know what it is either.
Get that.
Fallout Shelter's alright. Except for when I have everyone out looking for shit and a bunch of Deathclaws show up and kill everybody.
Yep. Hey, I like Vault Zero. I've actually got some Raiders attacks for once. My people were freaking shooting them, man. They took them out. Yep, I was like, yeah, some Raiders, finally. But yeah, I finally got my vault in order. Everybody's inside, so I'm not worried about it. Game is fun, though.
You down there. Soul music, soul song.
Is that an actual song?
No, I was just making up generic soul.
Oh, right.
You can make up any song, just add girl, something, something, girl, baby, I want you, something, something, girl, I want to feel, I love.
Please don't let it show.
Yeah, see, told you.
My heart can't take it anymore.
Bye, bye, bye.
Oh, God, yo.
No. Generic love for a girl. Or do it like Barry White style, love statement.
It's like Romeo and Juliet.
Oh.
That was nasty.
No one got that, though.
I'm sure somebody did.
Thumbs up if you did.
Well, that's a good song back then.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing. What's more 90s one-hit wonders we can think of before we end this? I smell sex and candy. Yeah. Who's that something, something? Like I said, that goes with the same soul lines I was saying, you know? Sex,
True.
something, 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 word about sex. Is Buzzhit still around?
I don't know.
We're dating ourselves like a motherfucker now. Or, that's what it was, wasn't it? Remember it was like Buzzhit's 97 or something like that? No, now.
Yeah, it is now.
Now 97. No. Where it was literally, like I said, all the one-hit wonders on one CD.
Yeah. Sonic.
Yeah. It was all the one.
Supersonic.
Yeah, it's all the
Blink
one.
182.
Yeah, it's all the one-hit wonders on one CD, so you only have to buy one instead of a bunch of singles.
Yeah.
Back before you could spend 99 cents for a single. Oh. I gave all my CDs to I gave all my CDs away. I don't have none of my music no more. Digital, son.
Oh, yeah.
Now what am I gonna do with all these horror DVDs and all these cartoon DVDs? Oh, I should have went digital with my comics, but look at that fucking shelf over there. Break your own neck, son.
The thing didn't fall down yet.
My comic book collection has technically broken 2 shelves, so you got me there.
Table's durable, man.
Yeah, that's why I gotta go with wood instead of plastic. Plastic don't last that long, apparently.
Their cheap board, whatever that is.
Particle board.
Yeah.
All I can afford is particle board.
The Dad Special Particle Board. All dads coming to Menards today. Particle board on special. Half off. Get a bunch of them.
Do you need a cheap shelf? Do you need to make a
Yeah.
TV rack?
Get them out of here.
We literally scraped up all of our sawdust, glued it together, and now we're selling it to you. Here at Al Taylor,
Yeah.
wacky waving inflatable arm, two flaming guy, right? We scraped up all of our sawdust, and now we're selling it to you. Well, Phil, if the server goes out, I'm fucked. That's what always weirded me out about digital. Well, 2 things that always weirded me out about digital. 1, reading a comic in your hand and reading one on your phone or tablet isn't the same thing. And 2, like I said, I'd rather have a physical copy. That way if it fucks up, I broke it. Instead of a fucking server error or something, you know?
Right.
You know, do I really want to spend 3 hours on the phone to get my copy of The Killing Joke back from whatever the server is, you know?
I never bought any.
Yeah, me neither.
I read them on the phone before, too.
Yeah, I read them on the phone before, too. It's not bad if you don't have a lot of... I guess if you don't live near a comic book store or a big bookstore, it's great if you live out in the boonies, I guess, and you want to get into comics. But I don't have that problem.
Right.
You know? So it works great if you can't get your hands on it, you can still get it, I guess. But like I said, if my copy fucks up, it's because I fucked it up, not because some dumbass forgot
because the server got deleted or something happened.
not because some asshole wanted to go and hack the server and delete everyone's accounts because he felt like being a dick, you know?
Like the Lizard Squad.
Rare.
Had to throw that out there real quick. Rare. Let's all blame the Lizard Squad. Rare.
Plus, the other great thing that is good about digital is now everything that's probably come out in the last 5 years will never go out of print. You know, you can always get your hands on it. You know.
Well, they have copies of it.
Yeah. Well.
And 3D printers.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. Like, if it was in rare print, like Bones, which is I've never read Bones either, which is a pretty popular comic series. Well, you got to pay a pretty hefty penny for Bones #1. Well, what if you don't want to spend $200 to read Bones #1? You can buy it digitally for 99 cents. Right?
Right. Man, $200 fucking dollars? Just a book.
No, I never read it. Well, fucking Amazing Spider-Man 15 is like fucking a couple
Yeah,
$100.
but that's the shit.
Yeah. Plus, I don't know what the price of bones
$200,
is.
man. Fuck.
Well, I don't know if that's the actual price. I just threw that out there.
Oh, yeah. Damn, it's just a fucking book.
Yeah. Well, dude, people are paying $1 million for Action Comics #1.
Yeah, but that's the shit. They should.
Yeah, but what if?
They should, though.
Yeah, but the people that are spending $100 for an actual physical copy of Action Comics #1 ain't gonna crack open that case and read it either, you know. But what if you actually want to?
Keep thinking it's gonna be worth money someday.
Yeah. But if you actually want to read Action Comics #1, you pay 99 cents for it.
Right. I see what you mean now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
And like I said, you shouldn't buy comics because you think you're going to get rich off them unless you got that kind of mad money, which I don't.
Right.
Buy comics because you want to read them. You know, I paid $25 for Howard the Duck #1. I probably could have bought that shit from it. Well, I don't actually know if it's on the thing or not because I don't buy digital comics.
Might be.
It might be.
I used to have an account, but something fucked up with it.
I never set up one. I just used yours.
Yeah.
I just used
I think it
yours.
got deleted or something. One day my password wouldn't work and I couldn't get in again, so I was like, fuck it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not interested in digital comics just probably because I also grew up reading physical issues and shit, going to the store every week and stuff. So that's kind of ingrained in my head. But like I said, like if you live out in the boonies and there's not a comic book shop around for 200 miles, why go through that trouble? You can just spend $4 on your fucking phone, you know.
I like the free ones I got of Executioner and Castle. Awesome.
Executioner.
Those are fucking awesome comics, man.
Yeah. And plus,
Pretty much the same people.
And plus, Google Apps, they sell comics on their store too. I see trades that they sell every once in a while. They sell cheaper on their app store than they do in the fucking print version. Ain't nothing wrong with free money. Like I said, Funko. I'll review those Steven Universe.
Oh yeah.
I'll review any other ones you want to give me too.
Right.
I don't even like SpongeBob. Well, I don't know SpongeBob. Well, like I said, anyone that's a popular franchise will get them. But I don't even like SpongeBob.
Nickelodeon ain't getting up on that Skylanders grip.
You would think, right? Well, actually,
They probably made something, I just don't know about it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, you think about it, like Cartoon Network could do that same thing too. Get that little portal pad. You could have a Codename Kid Next Door package, right? A Grim Adventures of Billy and Mander figure set.
I like that show.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites too. Well, who else could you like? Flapjack. Someone's got to like that show, right?
Well, they wouldn't keep making episodes if somebody's watching it. Like I said, you hate Teen Titans, and all those kids watch it. So trust me, if they're losing money on something,
yeah, Phil, tell me if you went that Disney Portal route with it and you released the Teen Titans Go as the first wave, tell me that wouldn't sell. Tell me kids wouldn't go hunting down fucking Beast Boy and Starfire and shit.
Walmart's gonna be like, yeah, we need more stock. We don't got any more.
Yeah.
We need more stock. It's happened before.
Yeah, it happened with the Amigos.
Yep.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We don't got enough stock, yo.
Oh, and plus, like you said, Nickelodeon can do it. Avatar. You could have Korra and Aang as a 2-pack, right? Tell me that wouldn't sell like fucking fire.
It would.
The Ninja Turtles, they got the rights to that right now. Right, Phil? Tell me kids wouldn't love to have Korra and fucking Donatello fight next to each other and shit, right?
Pervitello.
Yeah, that's always good. You're talking about him wanting to bang April.
Yep.
Yeah, that's weird. Like
she's always like, oh, she's so good, so she flips off his head, and he's like, huh?
Like the internet.
She's so I was like, oh, and she's so ninja, she flipped off his head.
Yeah. Well, like the internet needed more excuses to draw perverted pictures, right?
Right.
That's what always kind of weird.
Got enough reasons already.
Yeah. Well, that was actually a joke in the original TMNT comic, the Mirage TMNT comics. I can't remember which one it was. But it's one after the Foot Clan trashed the Turtles' lair and they're hiding out at April's antique shop. April goes out and she gets a haircut. That's what sucks about being in black and white, so I don't know which Turtles said this. April got a haircut and she walked into the room, so what do you guys think? and one of the turtles has his finger under his chin. Is like, she's a human. What do I think of that? You know, I don't know what turtle it is because it's black and white. That's why they give them colored headbands. You know, so you can tell which one's which. But that's kind of funny. Like, he's like, am I attracted to humans? Right.
Plus, they do have names, so you had to give them a color.
Well, the Archie comics made that joke too, that the turtles put on different colored headbands because Master Slime was always messing up calling people other people's names because they all wore the same headband. Not racist, right?
Right.
Not all turtles look alike, Phil.
I know.
But no, the toy line, that's why they got headbands in the first place, because the toy line was like, we can't tell which turtle, so give them some fucking identifying colors at least, you know? Oh, Phil. At least we get to see Casey Jones. Like I said, the guy that's Arrow is going to be Casey Jones in the next Ninja Turtle movie. But those Ninja Turtles are like 9 feet tall. Even if it's a metal bat, how is hitting something in that fucking... I don't know, man.
Seems like you just snap it. Like
just shrug it off.
Well, if they're that big, really, it should just break on his skin, right?
Well, it wouldn't bat. Yeah, it wouldn't bat, you would think, but I don't know.
Well, their arms are freaking huge. You hit their arm with it, and that just should snap in half.
And technically, their shells are bulletproof, so if their shells are bulletproof, you think their skin would still be pretty durable, too. At least able to take a pretty decent punch, right?
Right. You'd have to get a knife and cut the outline and kill them. That's going to be hard, because they're freaking huge.
Casey Jones' new weapon of choice is a Molotov cocktail.
That wouldn't work.
Why not? Turtle soup. New Shredder never made that joke.
They're so big, you could jump right through that, I'm sure.
Well, they're amphibians, so if you a Molotov cocktail and it starts to dry them out, they'd start to die slower, right?
No.
No, they're reptiles, not amphibians. I don't think that works the same way. Fuck. Fuck it!
Fuck that, we're not smart. It might be amphibian or reptile.
I think turtles are reptiles, ain't they?
I was thinking they were a frog. My bad. I was thinking they were a frog for a minute. Whoops. Rah! Failed that.
Battletoads versus Ninja Turtles. Why isn't that a thing?
I wish. Like, epic fail on that back there.
No,
I wish that would be a damn thing. Love that fucking game.
And with that being said, this is the end of We Are Podcast, the only podcast on the internet where we talk about what we want to talk about. This was episode 28. My name is Matt.
And my name's Phil, leader of the OTS. Thanks for continuing to listen to the show and enjoying it.
And as always, thank you anyone and everyone for listening. You can follow us on SoundCloud. Like, share, favorite, and subscribe to us on YouTube. Leave a question, comment, or email at gmail.com.
And his name
was John Cena!
Almost got it.
This is We Are Podcast, the only show where we talk about what we want to talk about. We Are Podcast. Let the ice house flow. We Are Podcast. It's an internet talkie show. We Are Podcast. You know the mouse knows. We Are Podcast. So look up an episode and that's the show.